A few months ago, I got tired of listening to the same music over and over again and decided to just start picking bands that I didn't know that much about and going through everything that they had ever released from first album to the last. And I ended up really having a good time with it, so I kept it going. I've gone through, I think, 7 or 8 bands now. I'd have to double check. But I figure if I'm going to keep this going, then I should have a place where I record my thoughts, something I can go back to. And if you care at all, have any comments to share, then that's just an added bonus. So I think the first band that I want to talk about is Deep Purple. I've gone through a few other bands like Rush and Led Zeppelin. I'm going through The Who right now. I also went through some lesser known but still really good bands like Black Widow, Blue Cheer, Coven, and Lucifer's Friend. So Deep Purple was a ton of fun to go through. I didn't know that much. I bought a Deep Purple Greatest Hits album when I was like 14 or something, and I didn't even listen to the whole thing, but of course I knew Smoke on the Water. It's got to be like the most famous guitar riff of all time. I knew Highway Star and then a couple others. What stood out to me immediately is that when you start listening to Deep Purple, their first 3 albums don't really sound like the Deep Purple that really made it big. It doesn't sound like the Deep Purple that we all know and love. It's more like a 60s psychedelic rock. And then in 1970, they had released their 4th album, In Rock, which really cemented the sound that they got famous for. I like album rankings, so I'll post my whole album ranking right there. The first 5 albums that appear on the list, I think are pretty much perfect. You could arrange those in any way and it would make total sense. They definitely had some ups and downs in their career. After that, they had a big reunion album in 1984 called Perfect Strangers, which ends up being at the top of my list. It was my favorite. After that, it starts to kind of decline, and it bottoms out in the late 90s, early 2000s, where we get Abandon and Bananas, which to me only had 1 or 2 songs that I really liked on them. Otherwise, they were a bit of a slog to get through. There were some surprisingly good albums, sprinkled in throughout the era after their heyday, after they were really famous. Perpendicular was really good. Infinite, which was the 3rd album from the last, was also really good. I really enjoyed that one. The purpose of me going through all these discographies is I'm making a sort of makeshift classic rock radio playlist, and the idea is the playlist will have all the best songs from all of the classic rock bands, and you can just throw it on and it'll instantly be good for driving or for doing work around the house. So that's all I got. I'll include a little highlights reel for all of the songs that I thought were the best, and all the songs that I added onto this list. And yeah, if I keep this going, then more to come.
what I think of you, I might not give the answer that you want me to.